Hi, my name is Iketuonye Michaels, founder and CEO of the Stephanie Michaels Software Company. Today we're going to be addressing the biggest issue in the industry right now, which has always been cloud rendering costs, offline rendering using render farms, the cost of creating and building a render farm, and the millions and hundreds of millions of dollars studios spend annually on rendering costs. So I've written this article that you can find on Medium. I'm also going to post the link to this article in the comment section of this YouTube video. The advantage of Univah Film Engine. What we're going to explore today is AI actually taking us backwards? We're going to address AI beautification pipelines, which introduce or reintroduce separation between creation and final output. The problem: AI beautification pipelines reintroduce separation between creation and final output. Here's a direct quote from me. We cannot go backwards and call it progress. We cannot continue to go backwards and call it innovation. Adding low fidelity proxies to a 3D scene, then going to Comfy UI or Seedance, hoping it will beautify it, is not so different from a Maya to Vray workflow. Univah solves this by making sure the viewport is the final pixel. No AI needed. Relying heavily on AI destroys your original project files. Why? Well, because now you have no project. You have created a workflow of adding low quality proxies to a scene and then paying for credits to use AI prompts to hallucinate the rest. Now, there is a giant gap between the AI hallucinated video or image it generated versus your actual project file. Sharing your project or your original project file with your team or other departments becomes a problem. When you save your project and someone else has to reopen that project, what they see in the viewport are low quality proxies or primitives you added to your scene. Real time fidelity versus post processing patchwork. Relying on AI often means the artist is working with a placeholder, visuals, and hoping the AI beautifies it later. The finisher logic. If Univah provides production quality results directly in the viewport, the feedback loop is instantaneous. There is no guesswork between the creative act and the final frame. Low effort project files. Let me give you an example. Let's say you want to make a motion graphics basketball effect. You open up your legacy DCC software and add a basic sphere primitive to the scene. You add a basic keyframe animation to the sphere, moving it from left to right. Then you save the scene and you go to AI to prompt that the sphere should become a basketball and there should be flowers growing out of the basketball procedurally outside in a beautiful sunny day basketball court. The pay per prompt problem. Okay, AI goes to work and hallucinates all of that. AI turns your basic sphere primitive to a basketball. Maybe you like the first result, but chances are you don't. 22 prompts and 2 hours later, you get close to what you want. And don't forget, prompts are not free. You pay to generate each time. We have a frame to frame temporal consistency issue. The biggest failure of current generative AI in video is flickering or boiling, the way textures and details shift unpredictably between frames. The Univah way, because the engine relies on deterministic math and 3D geometry, a button on a jacket stays exactly the same from frame 1 to frame 10,000. For a perfectionist, that isn't a feature, it's a requirement. Generated AI hallucination looks nothing like your original project file. Now, your original project file is still just a sphere moving from side to side, but AI made a totally different scene for you that looks nothing like your proxy scene in the 3D software. There is a giant gap between what you have in your original 3D file versus what you generated in AI. This creates a pipeline where, number one, the truth of the project no longer lives in the scene file. Number two, the render becomes non deterministic. Number three, the iteration can become expensive and unpredictable. Watch this video right here of Religion VFX and how you can author an entire scene in high fidelity in real time. Now let's discuss Univah. What is Univah? This is part of the huge and very expensive problem Univah solves. This is offline rendering problem and render farm problem and cloud rendering problem all over again. But this time, instead of Vray, you're using AI. By relying so much on AI, you lose the power of original project files. You stop being the real-time tool. You stop being the author of your work. You are basically just another offline renderer paying for cloud rendering or cloud hallucinations. Relying on an external giant server somewhere in the cloud to beautify your low quality and low effort original 3D scenes. You have lost your power, you have lost control, you have lost direction. You have to pay per prompt. That's a problem. You have to pay for credits. That's a problem. You have to pay to hallucinate. That is a problem. And who's winning? The cloud and giant AI servers are winning because they're getting your money. But you are not winning. The artist, the creator, not you. You're not winning. You are throwing your money away. That's why they're promoting AI so much. Not because you're winning, because they're winning. The Univah Film Engine solution. This is the multi-billion-dollar problem Univah solves. With Univah, there is no cloud rendering. There is no relying on a giant server somewhere to beautify your low-quality proxies in the viewport. In Univah, there is no low-quality proxy stage. In Univah, you are always working with the final pixel. Univah is always showing you the final quality, high fidelity, directly in the viewport. No paying for a cloud to hallucinate, no inconsistency. Univah is precision rendering. All you need is a laptop. That's it. No cloud, no AI, no render farm, no paper render, no paying for credits, just your laptop, and you can produce high fidelity renders instantly. Once you buy Univah, you are controlling the render in real time, every angle, from every angle. You add your lights, and you see the final quality shadows in real time. Use the gizmo, drag the lights around, and place them precisely where you want them. See the scene from every angle. Render an unlimited amount of times without paying extra. Did you hear what I just said? Render an unlimited amount of times without paying extra. Render up to 8K directly from Univah. No extra pay for higher resolutions. AI is great for certain use cases, don't get me wrong. But Univah is the solution for the professional filmmaker that needs total directorial control. Our positioning resonates especially with professionals who are frustrated by unpredictable AI generations, continuity issues, prompt dependency, cloud costs, slow iteration loops, and losing precise control over shots. The Univah positioning taps into a real tension in the industry right now: convenience over control, hallucination versus authorship, cloud dependency versus local ownership, generated imagery versus intentional filmmaking. Hey, enough talking. Do you want to try Univah Lite and see the future of 3D filmmaking? We invite you. Visit our website here and download the Univah free trial. We can't wait to see what you create. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.